Most dangerous objects orbiting the Earth. Note Jangong 1. Jangong 1 is a model space station dispatched by the Chinese government in 2011. It initially had a 2-year mission to test the impacts of room travel on space travelers and the docking abilities of other rocket. The mission was reached at past its unique arrangement before at last being deserted on the grounds that the administrators of the station in China asserted that they not, at this point, had control of it. Jangong 1 was enormous, weighing around 8,500 kilograms, 19,000 pounds, and was fit for lodging 2 space explorers all at once. Albeit the vast majority of the station burned in the climate upon re-emergence over the Pacific Ocean toward the beginning of April 2018, the assumption was that the rocket motors were caused of materials that would not to catch fire. In spite of the fact that it was once expected that these flawless pieces may make tremendous harm constructions, creatures, and individuals, no calamitous occasions were accounted for. Number 2. SNAP-10A. In 1965, the United States dispatched SNAP-10A into space from Vandenberg Air Force Base. SNAP-10A is the lone atomic parting satellite dispatched into space by the United States. It was planned as an exploratory atomic shuttle fit for delivering 500 watts of electrical force. Its main role was to screen how atomic parting reactors carry on in space. Sadly, the atomic reactor worked for just 43 days, and afterward the force supply's voltage controller fizzled. The satellite began to self-destruct in the last part of the 1970s, and around 50 bits of flotsam and jetsam have been made as a result. During this shutting cycle, all things considered, some radioactive material was delivered into space. The atomic reactor presently circles the Earth at 700 nautical miles over the surface. It will stay in circle for the following 4,000 years except if extra shedding or a crash with another item abbreviates its orbital life. If you like what you see, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Number 3. Cosmos 1818. In 1987, the Soviet Union dispatched Cosmos 1818, which was fueled by a Topaz 1, or thermionic, atomic reactor. The reason for Cosmos 1818 was as a maritime observation satellite, or RORSAT, radar ocean reconnaissance satellite. Lamentably, the atomic reactor on Cosmos 1818 worked for just a brief time prior to closing down. In 1978, a comparable satellite re-emerged the environment and collided with Earth, spreading radioactive material over Canada. Cosmos 1818 was put into high circle to dodge a comparative calamity. Notwithstanding, its high circle likewise implies that it has a high impact likelihood. Any crash may quicken the drop of conceivably defiled materials to Earth. A portion of the items and fluid delivered from the space apparatus are believed to be radioactive are as yet in circle. Number 4. Cosmos 1867. Cosmos 1867 was dispatched by the Soviet Union in 1987, the very year as its twin, Cosmos 1818. It had a comparative reason to Cosmos 1818, however Cosmos 1867 worked for a very long time prior to closing down. Since it is in a high circle like its twin, Cosmos 1867 has capitulated to the pressing factors of rehashed sun-oriented warming. Accordingly, the coolant tubes on board the satellite's atomic reactor have broken and permitted the arrival of fluid metal into space. NP5 Cosmos 1900. Cosmos 1900 is a U.S. and/or controlled active satellite utilized for RORSAT missions. Dispatched in 1987 by the Soviet Union, the satellite was tormented all along and never fully arrived at the cruising circle for which it was planned. After a few rocket lifts to attempt to address its circle, the satellite kept on losing elevation. Also, the atomic reactor didn't make it into its stockpiling circle. Eventually preceding 1995, NASA discovered that a haze of fluid radioactive material had started from the Cosmos 1900 satellite. NASA guaranteed that the hole was likely because of a crash with another satellite.